bum, 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 bum. Okay, Twitch stream is on. Let me check the volumes. Okay, Twitch stream is on. Let me check the volumes. Alright, good. Volume is there. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, hello and welcome to episode number 3 of Monday Mind Clash. This is Kael Decadence, your host, with co-host Merdudd. Say hello.
Hey.
Today we got some stuff lined up, some interesting things. Sorry I didn't really want to do this last week. Kind of lost a loved one in the family, so had to take a moment off.
That's the right thing to do.
That is the right thing to do, unless you're some sort of heathen.
Or Dirk McGurk.
Yeah. But anyways, I don't think we really need an intro, because if anybody's watched this before or listened to this before, they know who the fuck we are.
Hopefully. Our large viewership.
And we're pretty famous, so, you know, no intro needed.
I'm the most famous podcaster in my corp.
At least. So, what have you been up to in Eve or not Eve?
Had to get my PAP links in, so I had to crush that out yesterday with a good 12-hour marathon day. And we're just grinding a little bit of Sov, a lot of towers, and getting some income going again. And then No Man's Sky means no log on Eve.
Yeah, that's pretty much what you should call it. I've actually had to just mentally tell myself, alright, just don't log into No Man's Sky, it'll be fine, just do some Eve things. Then I find myself kind of twitching a little bit, like, okay, maybe just a few minutes, and that turns into 2 hours.
2 hours is nice conservative. It's the 5-6 hours. Oh god, it's 11:30. Oh god,
Yeah.
it's 2:30.
Yeah, that was me last weekend, definitely. Sitting there just okay, I'll just play a little bit. Okay, it's midnight. Same thing, shit. I've been playing this game for 6 hours straight. I gotta pee.
Just one more outpost.
Yeah.
No. Just one more bane.
So what are your thoughts and impressions on that game?
I mean, if you think you had some expectation of what it was going to be, and you were really hyped for that expectation, then I'm sure you were disappointed. I mean, me personally, I had just a concept of what the game was going to be, and then the visuals to spur me in, and I knew it was going to be an exploration game. And I, at my core, really enjoy some exploration. But so I just jumped in. I'm enjoying what I've got. I feel like I'm getting to the end of the branches of the different content, but that's all right. I feel like there's a good structure here for more Lego pieces to be added to the bucket of Lego set, which is No Man's Sky, planet, and character, and monster, and event generation.
Yeah, to be honest, I didn't know what it was about. I'd seen trailers / footage for the past year or so, kind of put it on the back burner, that's something I might like. I didn't really read a whole lot of reviews or what it was. I knew it was exploration. It looked good, so I was like, you know what, it's coming out, it's hyped, I'm hyped about it right now. So I just went in full force, and I couldn't be any more pleased. I know there's a lot of people who are like, oh man, they said they were gonna have, it was the possibility of multiplayer, and the whole drama of here me and this guy streaming at the same time and on the same planet and the same location, and we can't see each other. And hey, I don't think they really expected that to happen.
No, but you always gotta expect the unexpected, and we know that from playing Eve.
Yeah, well, I mean, they probably got the same type of players that Eve does. So like, if there's a way to exploit it or a way to complain about it or find something wrong with it, they're gonna do it.
Yeah, for sure. I've definitely seen streamers who've taken like income generation and stripping down ships and manipulating the system
Just
to the max.
min maxing it.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I feel you there. Like I found one planet that was just so rich in resources. I was just there for hours and hours, just draining everything I could, selling it on the galactic market there, and just trying to get all the money I could. You know.
Yeah, there's those spawned items like the vortex cubes or the Newman pearls.
The Gek,
You can really make a killing on
what's
those.
that thing? The Gek charm.
Yeah, anything you can pick up and just it immediately has a good value associated with it.
Like if you're playing it for a few hours, like okay, I don't know what to do with my 10 fucking Gek charms now.
Sell. It's the Atlas shards. Those I'm like, oh, I want to sell, don't want to sell, hold, sell, hold, sell.
I have not figured out yet. I'm trying to play it without trying to like cheat or look up how to do stuff. I just want to figure things out on my own. I don't know how to make. Do I have to make an Atlas pass or am I finding these things?
You know, I have Atlas Pass 1 and I can't remember.
I just have no idea. Anywho, have you played? So you played a little bit of Eve. You were doing some pap links. God damn it, Twitter.
Yeah, we have a corp like minimum for participation, so we have to have 14 a month in order to maintain membership. So, gotta get out there and join some fleets.
Yeah, that's kind of what I like about my corporation and alliance. There's no like pap links type of system. It's just hey, we have these fleets, we have some CTAs, mining ops, system defense, and if you do it, you do it. If not, also cool, you know.
The differences between other corps I've been in, which haven't had a pap link requirement, and this one is you can still enjoy the casual goon swarm culture, which is log in when you feel like it, join a bunch of fleets, log off, and expect that your shit's going to be there the next week, while still having an active corp that you can rely on to run a corp roam or help you move a capital ship or, you know, run you some stuff from Jita. They'll always be on.
Yeah, but even though there's no like real rule set up, I still get in there every Friday, Saturday. I'll do a fleet or two. They're usually pretty fun because they run with dudes like Lucian James. You'll see him in there all the time. Who else? I've seen quite a bit of people that I've recognized from Podside and from the Best of Us channel. I think Orion's the solo. He was in a fleet last week.
Yeah, you enjoy
yeah.
taking advantage of how like you only have certain vulnerability windows or certain Citadel vulnerabilities, which you can play to those vulnerabilities instead of having to be on all the time.
Yeah, I like the 2-hour form up and discussion of fleet tactics and doctrine. Then you warp into the Citadel and pew pew for about 15 minutes. Go, okay, well, there's that.
Kill mills for everyone.
All right, now what to do?
I think it's nice that Eve's developed into that way, where it's not all just be on at 4 a.m. for this timer, everyone needs to be there, all ships on deck, versus you could just play for your 4-hour primetime window.
Yeah, it is working a lot better in that sense. But so as always, I have a little schedule of events I wanted to go over. First thing I saw when I logged in this evening, something to talk about 8 golden rules of Eve.
Now, I haven't read these, so I'm assuming the first one is dreaded as recruiting.
That would typically, yes, that would be true, which I'm sure they are. But it's basically like a bunch of stuff that you learn as you go along. I'm not going to go in details over them, but for those of you who probably don't know this stuff, you should. Number one, be able to afford a loss. So don't fly what you can't afford to lose, because you're going to lose it.
Inevitably.
Indeed. Number two, consent to PvP. Just pretty much know that when you undock your ship, there's a good possibility that you're not going to dock back up with it. Just get over it.
I had a friend who always used to say, "Do you consent to wrestling?" The only answer was yes, because the next thing he was going to do was wrestle you.
Yeah, so I tried to convince a couple of my friends, a while back to start playing Eve, and I got a couple guys doing it. And we went on a little roam, just a small gang roam. After about 2 or 3 weeks, I think he was playing it, and he was so proud of his Amar battleship. What is that piece of shit? One of the Amar battleships. He was so excited about it. He's like, "Oh man, I love this thing. This is the most beautiful ship ever. I can't wait to kill some stuff with it." We probably got like 5 or 6 jumps into this roam, and he got locked up by some dude, scrammed, popped within seconds, didn't even know what happened. The dude raged, like was screaming on comms, "Fuck this, fuck that, I'm not playing this stupid fucking game." He pulled off his headset, threw the microphone off, and you can hear him like, "I'm uninstalling this damn game right now." And no shit, he like shut it off, uninstalled, turned off his computer, called it quits.
That is a rational decision.
Yeah, so abide by rule number 2. You're consenting to getting your shit fucking rocked.
Yeah, high sec, low sec, null sec, wormholes, probably even in the market.
Yeah,
You're
right.
always PvPing.
Yeah, right. Rule number 3: everyone can scam, and so can you. So I think pretty much anybody who's played for a few minutes knows that there's somebody out there trying to scam them, whether it's send me a million-isk and I'll double it if you answer this crazy question that doesn't have a real answer, and I'm going to take your money anyways.
Have you ever been scammed?
I can't say I've necessarily been scammed as far as like that kind of stuff goes, but I did get like AWOCs. When I first started playing, I got convinced to join this corp, and he's like, "Hey, come out with us on this roam. We're gonna go out to this wormhole, and I'll show you around." I thought, oh, okay, it's nice and innocent, and then next thing I know, I'm getting jumped on by all my supposed corp mates and blapped off the screen. I'm like, what? Like, what did you even accomplish? I was like in a frigate or something, and they were just all laughing on comms like it was the most hilarious thing in the world. And it's like, okay, well, I'm not flying with you guys anymore. It's not really a scam, but
Yeah, I was recruitment scammed by Test back when I returned to the game back in, I don't know, 2012, and I wanted to go back into nullsec, and I found out that they were recruiting, and I joined, like, followed all the kind of talking to the Diplo for like 4 hours. "Oh yeah, okay, well just trade all your stuff to this guy and he'll jump freight it out to the system, and then you can just pod up there." And I'm like, okay, that sounds great. Okay, now that we have all your stuff, we're gonna need 250 mil in order to move your stuff as just like a deposit.
collateral. It makes sense. Okay. I don't know about 250 mil, but 25 maybe.
Yeah, well, it was all a scam. And yeah, that was about half my wealth at the time, between items and money. It's okay. I was in the Fountain War on the winning side.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it happens. You can get scammed, and if you get the chance to scam somebody as well, you might as well do it. Whether it's locking somebody up and demanding a ransom or something. It's all free game in Eve.
100% markup is just 100% profit.
Alright. Let's see, what am I on? Rule number 5? I think 5. Anyways, experience matters, not ISK or skills. I don't know if that's really a rule so much as it is just a common sense type of thing. People talking about if you buy skill injectors, that's not fair because now you have 100 million skill points and you're a new player. But hey, at the end of the day, it comes down to experience. You either know how to fly your ship, you know how to play Eve, or you don't.
Yeah, there's a lot of common misconceptions that if you just fly a bigger ship, you're gonna do better. That large gun is not gonna track those little frigates any better. No matter how many blue mods you put on it, it's still gonna miss. You're still gonna die.
Which actually, unsurprisingly enough, leads into the next rule, which is bigger is not always better. So, like you said, just because you have a bigger, shinier ship with, officer mods on it, that doesn't mean that you're not going to lose it.
Not at all.
Yeah, I lost a Myrmidon once that had the sentient, like all the sentient drone unit stuff on there. I thought it'd be awesome. I spent like hundreds of millions of ISK on that, only to go out on like a level 3 mission and get, blown off.
Ugh. There was a racket going around. I don't know if they're still doing it. They probably are. Where there was a group who bought up all of the officer modules. Officer modules being like the most powerful modules you can have in the game, and they're worth quite a lot. They're worth a couple billion each, and they were tracking every module, where it went, who bought it, who put it on what, and they would sell it to you on contract for regular market prices, but then would track that player as he fit it to a ship, flew that ship around, used it for level 4 missions, used it on their carrier, used it for their Titan, and tracked down those characters, and then re-liberated the module.
Oh god. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, there's a scam for you. Got him. Okay, so let's see, rule number 6 here is use the in-game info. If you don't know it, you can right-click on everything and click Show Info. It'll show you all the variants, what it's about, what it does, skills you need. I don't think that's a rule so much as you kind of need to know that if you're going to fit something to your ship. Moving on to unfair circumstances, question mark? There's no such thing as a fair fight or an unfair fight. There's only fight. 2-man into 1-man leave. So, yeah, it's, hey, don't complain. Remember, it's a video game. Stuff happens. It's not the end of the world. It's pixels.
I thought it was 2 men enter, 1 Falcon decloaks, 1 man leaves.
Yeah, maybe something like that. But I can actually tell you about a fair or unfair scenario that happened this morning to myself. So typically in the morning, I log in. It's 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, and I found this to be the best time to make runs from nullsec to highsec, and for bringing stuff out or bringing stuff in, and I've always 99% of the time have been successful and have never had any issues. I usually fly an Ocketer, so I have a bunch of warp core stabs on it, and I'm usually going pretty quick on it anyway, so don't have any issues. But this morning I was flying in an Orca, because I don't remember what happened to my Ocketer, but I was flying in an Orca and I loaded up full of PI. I'm talking like 200 million in PI. And I was like, you know what, I filled this hull up, let me just roll out to highsec real quick, sell it, it'll be fine. About 15 jumps in, I land on a gate and I see a red flashy. I think it was a scythe. Scythe is the one that's got bonus to scram, right? It's like a little frigate, Minotaur frigate, I think.
Minotaur frigate, slasher?
No, a scythe.
Oh, cruiser.
Is that and that's
Scythe is a dodgy cruiser, so Scythe fleet issue?
maybe. So anyways, I see it. Check the ship. I click, show info, see what the ship is, and I see it's got warp scram bonus. So I'm like, okay, I maybe need to avoid this guy. So I think about it. I'm like, maybe I should log off. I don't have any weapons timers, so I'll just log off in space. I sit there cloaked for a minute. I'm like, no, fuck it. He's not even close to me. I'm just gonna warp to the next gate. So I warp to the next gate. He follows me in. I'm like, well, shit. Let me just try and just beat him to the next gate. Remember, Orca, slow. So I'm trying to get to the next gate. I make it through the next one. I'm like, okay, maybe I've bypassed the scenario. So I make it like another gate, and guess who's there? The Scythe. Immediately get locked up, and I'm trying to burn the fuck out of there. I throw drones out there. I've got all my hardeners on, everything. I'm like, I'm gonna get away from this Scythe. So I'm actually chewing into him pretty good with just drones. So I got like ogres and warriors. So I'm chewing into him pretty good. And then guess what pops in? An Orthrus, Malediction. Yeah, what else? I think a Svipple jumped in, and then just like ship after ship. Next thing I know, there's like 6 ships out there, drones galore. I managed to kill a few of the drones and hold off. I held off for 15 minutes solo with this stupid Orca.
Damn, how many did you kill?
I got drones, and I think I might have got that Scythe eventually. I'll have to. It's not on this character that I'm logged into right now, so I have to check it. But I was holding on pretty strong, and finally, speaking of scam, he said, "Give me 500,000 ISK. We'll stop shooting." So I gave him 500,000. Didn't stop shooting.
Bro.
Yeah. So, needless to say, I didn't get away. Was it fair or unfair circumstances? Hey, I was traveling through unfriendly territory. There was 6 of them and 1 of me. Fair or unfair, it happened.
Yep. The circle of life.
Yeah, which leads into the final rule, which is you will lose stuff. Don't worry. You know what? I wasn't even sweating. I was sitting there. You know how when you get starting PvP and you got the shakes and your hands are sweating and you're like, oh man, I got this, and heart's pumping, and hey, at the end of it, I was like, hey, good job, guys. You got all my PI. Actually, I didn't really drop anything, so joke's on them.
I am bubbled currently.
Let me see if I can pull up that kill mill.
Yeah, there's not a lot of fair circumstances in Eve, and I mean you can't get too bent out of shape about it. Where you could have friends, they just had friends that time. Links aren't unfair; they're just preparedness. If the guy had a Sino, well, maybe you should roam in a area of space where you feel protected from that group.
Yeah, so check out this. They didn't really get a really lucky drop. So total dropped 22 million. Total destroyed 875 million. So almost a bill destroyed and only 20 million dropped. So they didn't get much out of it.
Teaches them.
Ha! Joke's on you, fuckers.
Well, those seem like 8 pretty straightforward rules to Eve. I mean, if you follow those, you get pretty far.
Yeah. So, anyways, that happened. But not a big deal. Follow those rules, like I said, you'll be good to go. So, you're talking about just before we started recording about the Blood Raider capitals. What you got on those?
I don't got much. I know they look pretty. I know how we got the last ones, and I have lots of tinfoil on how to speculate we're gonna get these ones.
Okay, so they are Blood Raider capitals, and we do know that the next the Alliance tournament is going to be focused on Blood Raiders. I'm thinking that throughout the next few months we're going to see a Blood Raider resurgence, maybe.
It's gonna be some kind of event to go with the AT.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Now the Blood Raiders caps they got is a reskin, remodel, ability, an upgraded version of the Avatar, the Fax, which is the Apostle, and the Revelation. Which they all have names, which I'm not going to try to butcher.
I'll butcher them. We've got the Moloch, based off of the Avatar. The Dagon, which is the Fax. And oh boy, is it Kamosh? Kamosh. Chemosh. Sounds like a fruity drink.
I don't know.
But I will say they look pretty nasty. Is it like a camouflage, space camouflage skin?
It's probably on the same color scheme as the other models where it's like blood splatter.
Yeah, it's like a red, tan, beige thing going on.
I know some guys in my group are already like selling their alts, getting ready to get themselves some Blood Raider caps.
I would like to take a moment to let everybody know that we've just been hot dropped by Scott Von Clief.
So much.
Are you whispering?
No, I'm just talking quietly.
Oh, same thing. How you been, bud?
Doing alright.
Long time no talk.
Yeah, I've been out of the podcast realm for quite a bit now.
I completely understand. I can imagine it's for a multitude of reasons. Mostly being of which there really hasn't been a whole lot of podcasts going on until recently, really.
That and I have been playing Eve at such a minimal level. I have fallen back to the pretty much be subbed in training right now. I rarely log in.
Yeah, that's what we mentioned earlier. Is you're probably playing skill queues online.
Yeah, like I've been playing Eve now for almost 3.5 years. And mind you, I love Eve. I love its community. I've met some great people. You, Gil, I mean, the old Podside crew, my corp, my alliance, even the guys way back when I was in Squee and stuff. But back then, it feels weird to say it, but I had a drive, you know. I always had something to do. When I'd log in when I was with Squee, it was ratting, and I was hanging out with the corp and having a good time. When I first joined CO2, it was all about fleets and playing and all that fun stuff. And now, fleets are boring to me. I don't like sitting in a 2,000 man lag fest watching blue supers die because, you know, someone made a mistake or we bit off a little more than we can chew, but I can talk about that later. But I just haven't had a drive to log in, you know. Yeah, I still try and pay attention to the lore and what's going on, and I browse Reddit occasionally just to see, you know, who's spinning what right now, but there is literally no reason to log in right now. I had a small stint of Black Ops, where we were doing some awesome stuff, and I was having a lot of fun, and then the Alliance stepped in, and the FC who I ran Black Ops with kind of went off on his own thing and started working for the Alliance and not for, you know, fun, so...
You know, I feel like I have the exact opposite right now. I've actually never been so invigorated about Eve. I think right now, like, the way the changes have been happening, the citadels, and just everything that they've been talking about for the past, you know, year or so just coming to fruition. And I don't know, I've never been more excited. Now I'm in this nullsec alliance, and I'm enjoying this shit, being in nullsec. So I don't know, I've been absolutely having fun the past few weekends.
I'm overly glad for you, Kael. That's music to my ears that some people are actually getting to have a good time.
Yeah, so when you're talking
But
about the 2,000 man lag fest, are you referring to the Battle of SH1 Tech
SH1,
6B?
yep,
Deets,
I wasn't
deets,
even there.
deets, deets.
Oh, you
I
went
wasn't
there?
there. Nope.
Ah,
I don't. I hope none of my alliance mates listen to this podcast, but if they do, I'm gonna come straight out. I saw the pings on Discord. I was playing Arma. I was not gonna quit Arma.
dude, I totally feel you. Like I have same thing in Discord. I see the pings pop up. They're like, oh, CTA or everyone get on in 5 minutes.
Yeah, yeah, and you
I'm
know,
doing other shit, man.
and it's not even that. It comes back to that point of I don't want to.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm an FC in Circle of Two. I should be, invigorating the men of the Alliance and running fleets 24/7. And fuck that.
Shoot, I've even been in scenarios where like I'm sitting there mining, and I'll see a ping pop up or something come up in Intel, and they want people to form up and do this and that. And I'm like sitting here watching like the arrow or something on another screen. I'm like, that's like 5 jumps away. I'm too busy for that
I'm
right now.
busy. I've had that occasionally happen too, but that also requires me to be logged in.
Yeah.
But I've been pursuing other pastures right now. I mean, not only with computer gaming, but some real life adventures as well. So
Yeah. How's
it's
the
it's
do you end up still going to the Air Force or what's up?
oh that's done. I'm in.
Oh yeah.
Airman First Class, Jacob.
Well, look at you, you little scrub.
E3 ComNav Specialist on KC-135 Stratotankers.
Nice.
I haven't gotten my basic date yet, but I should be getting that next UTA. So
That'll be cool, man. Well,
I'm
looking
very
forward
very
to that.
excited. I've got a 6-year term, a $20,000 bonus, and college ahead of me. So I'm pretty happy.
That's good, man. You're gonna love it.
I know I am. And plus, I mean, the base I'm on is it's a little National Guard base. It's fantastic. Everyone knows everyone.
That's cool, man. That's good to hear.
Yeah, it's I'm looking very very much so forward to it. But everything comes at a time and a price, so I'm not counting my chickens before they hatch. I still have to get through basic and such.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought you died. Like I hadn't seen you online or
No.
playing for a while. I was like, man, where has this guy been? And I saw one of your alts log in one time, and
Who?
I,
Jesus?
Jesus, yeah.
That's funny.
It's not yours anymore.
No, Jesus is still mine.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I
I've
saw,
got 4.
yeah,
Only 2 of them are subbed though.
yeah. I know what you mean by that.
Yeah, like I said, when Black Ops operations were going, I had 4 tunes running. I had some guys mining, some guys running freight for the Black Ops teams. It was fun, it was exciting, and then that all died.
Yeah.
So
So
I just got done editing a video, so I'm pretty happy right now. It took like 5 hours, but totally worth it. Looks good.
sweet.
An E video?
No, please. It's funny.
Some
Please.
stretch.
I've recently one of the main reasons I haven't been logging in very much is I've gotten a new hobby that doesn't include computer games, and I play airsoft. Laugh as you will. I play it to that point where I have a few $1,000s worth of guns and gear, and I go to the Milsim events and stuff. And yesterday I was at a Milsim event, and I got some recording done. And well, I'm decent at video editing, so I've given myself a 12-minute long video of just bullshittery. So looking forward to getting that uploaded at some point in the future.
Sweet. That's a talent I wish I had. I wish I could video edit, put together cool videos with cool songs underneath, but
I don't want to say it's impossible for everyone. What I would say is you don't want to control the music or the video. You want to let it control you. If you're looking at a clip, for example, at this past game, in both real life and on the airsoft field, I'm always on the front. I'm always charging in, mainly because I own a shotgun and I need to be very, very close to make my shells count. And we were at this point where we were losing an objective. We were playing a Battlefield-style game, so Conquest. I'm sure you guys have played Battlefield. I hope so, at least. And we were losing one of our flags, and I had a very big smoke grenade. So I ripped it. I had it explode in my hand, sprinted back to a guy who I knew had a lighter, lit the thing on fire, and held it above my head as I charged towards the enemy. Now, for that, I actually got that on film, and I have it going to the OST of Battlefield 2142, and everything is synced perfectly. So it just flows with it and goes with it. It's a beautiful harmony between both video and music. It's beautiful.
Sounds like a beautiful thing.
It is. I really should stop using that word. I'm a man.
That's alright.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing recently. I'm not playing Eve. I'm just running around with toy guns and shooting people. So, what you guys been up to?
You missed our 20-minute rant on No Man's Sky.
Oh, that game that Kael was ranting and raving about on what's that show called? Clueless Space Nerds?
Yeah.
And then I went and looked at the user reviews for No Man's Sky and I started laughing.
You know, don't be put off by the user reviews, because it's just like Eve. You know, you got that vocal minority is going to be the loudest, and if you go in there without expectations, like we were talking about earlier, you're not going to be disappointed. Okay, maybe the $60 price tag is a little steep, and it could maybe drop down to like $19.99. I think might be better fitting for it, but I'm not unimpressed, and I'm not dissatisfied.
Your outcome is a lot better than a lot of people I know.
It's because I
It's not
think
perfect.
people, like the day of No Man's Sky launch, every one of my Steam friends was playing it.
Yeah.
Day 2, no one was.
I think if you go in it with some,
it was a polar difference.
like I said, I think if you just go in it with just a fresh, clean mindset, not thinking about what it should be or shouldn't be, you'll enjoy the shit out of it. I know I am.
Once again, I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
But I'm still looking forward to Star Citizen, so you can go have your No Man's Sky all you want.
Yeah, you know what? I tried it. Not for me. So I mean, everyone's got their own thing, and
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a fun game if it ever gets released.
yeah.
So,
Anyway, so
Is there demos available for that now? Or?
Star Citizen,
you can
there's
play
free
it.
weekends that pop up every now and then. And you actually get to try like every single ship in the game that's currently flyable. But as far as demos and stuff, no, that doesn't exist yet. You have to realize it's still an alpha. They're still releasing modules. It's a mess. But
Yeah, and you can actually still buy like, a starter pack, or what do they call it?
they're called pledges.
Right.
And that's how Chris Roberts has gotten all the money to develop the game.
All his millions and millions of dollars.
110 million, I think we're at right now.
$100 bill at a time.
Yeah.
That guy's just wiping his butthole with fucking $1 bills.
Your base price to get into the game is around $45, and then from there you can scale up if you have a few extra dollars in your bank account.
Yeah, I feel like that game, as well as No Man's Sky, are like, they're going to be disappointing upon release, but if allowed time to iterate, will be, decent to great games.
Yeah, I mean, Chris Roberts is promising a lot for Star Citizen, and we'll see how it goes. I mean, from right now, what I've played and what I've done in the game, my PC isn't powerful enough to play the game. My card's fine, it's just my processor only runs at 3.3 gigahertz. It's a very, very old processor. It's not nice. So I get, 10 FPS while playing, and then I go see the guy who's running the dual SLI 980 Ti's water cooled with their i7 60 whatever processor, 60 FPS, and I'm like, oh my god, this is gonna be beautiful if I ever get a PC. But from what I have played, the dogfighting is funny. The controls are horrendous, but that's what you should expect from a simulator. So
Does it use Newtonian graphics or physics? Sorry?
Yes, both Newtonian and non-Newtonian, and I even think there's a little bit of Einstein-Tonian because of warp drives and such.
Interesting.
It's if you, I'm not sure if they have this in No Man's Sky, but I'll bring up one thing that really I love about space games. If you look at like E-Valkyrie, for example, when you pull back stick, by the way, I did get a chance to play E-Valkyrie at a demo here in Milwaukee. It was the most awesome thing ever, even though I knew exactly what was going to happen because it was the trailer mission. So I knew exactly when the avatar was going to warp in. I knew exactly what was going to blow up. I knew exactly when I was going to die, but it was still a really, really cool experience. VR is going to be awesome.
I can see you sitting there, oh my god, it's a tie-in.
No, I was just sitting there like, that's really how big an Algos is? That's big. Okay, bye, Mr. Algos, and I'm just looking at it as it goes, but if CCP does it right and all the VR platforms go where they're supposed to, it's going to be really cool. But, oh yeah, here's where we go. So, E-Valkyrie. You pull back on the stick, and you pitch up, right? You don't see any RCS thrusters. All you know is you're now flying upwards, not downwards, in a apparently space north. Kael, in what's that game that you played? No Man's Sky. Do they have RCS thrusters?
There's like a afterburner, then there's like a sublight,
a
and
forward
then there's light.
No, a forward facing. Do you know what RCS thrusters are by chance?
No.
Okay, so in
I'm
space.
sure you're gonna tell us though.
I'm going to, because I'm a huge nerd. So in space, normal engines don't work because they're missing what?
Oxygen.
Exactly. So they use an oxidizer, which is a liquid-based oxygen, so you can get light from your fuel. But that's only for your main propellant. Your giant, big old fucking engines to either burn you into orbit or out of orbit. To maneuver, spacecraft have something called the RCS thruster, which is a remote. I don't know what it stands for. Pretty much, it's pressurized air nozzles or water or some sort of material, and it's just a bunch of little thrusters all over the aircraft that allows it to maneuver in space. You know, turn left, turn right, pitch, whatever. Every space game I've played, and I've played quite a few, I've never seen an RCS thruster on an aircraft or a spacecraft. You know, there's no such thing as a maneuvering thruster. The closest thing that I've seen has been in Space Engineers, where you have to put thrusters that face in both the X, Y, and Z directions. In Star Citizen, however, you've got your big old, you know, giant-ass engine to push you forward, but then when you hit the space brake, giant fucking thrusters in the front open up, so they're actually braking. It's just the attention to detail that gets me. There's not many games that think that much about such little things like.
Did he die? Or did he run out of air? Hello? What happened? Okay, I think we've got some technical difficulties. Oh.
Quick,
Hi,
hold the
Kael.
podcast.
Whoa.
I didn't run out of air.
Yeah, I see that. I just dropped mumble. I don't. Is it just me or everyone else?
Mary, did you hear me?
I heard you fine.
Yeah, I didn't run out of air, did I?
No, my mumble just dropped.
Oh, okay.
You gotta check the fluid rudders out in drone lands there.
Yep, that's what it is. Wait, drone that? I used to live there. It's horrible. But yeah, space brakes and stuff. Cool stuff. So, have you guys talked about what's going on in Sissy at all?
Not really.
It's been on Sissy at all.
I posted up. I don't really go on there that much, but I posted up some show notes, and we were just talking about the Blood Raider capitals.
Oh, I haven't even seen
those are on
yet.
CC right now. Yeah.
I haven't even cared about those. The one thing I'm caring about right now is the what is it? It's the new models for the Bantam, the Griffin, and the Slasher.
Slasher, yeah. There's a
Yeah.
couple more, I think.
No, that's it.
You
So
said it's a new model.
yes.
The probe.
The probe.
And
yeah,
the
I forgot.
executioner.
The execute. Oh yeah, I forgot they did the. Fuck you. Thought I
It's
knew
not.
everything.
It's not all that looks different, but apparently they all have new warp animations and
No,
new,
they look different. You guys aren't streaming this via Twitch, are you? By chance?
Yes, we are.
You should
Secret,
let me
we
hijack.
are.
You should let me hijack the stream, so I can show people what the models look like.
I don't even know how I would do that, but you can link it to
Stream
me.
key.
What?
Give me your stream key.
Yeah, no, but you can just link it to me. Or you're gonna show it on your Eve.
Yeah, I'll log in and get my OBS set up.
But anywho,
So, where was I going with this? New models.
I don't fucking know.
For those of you who are new to Eve, perhaps somehow listen to this podcast, or veteran players who who live under a rock, some of the uglier ships in Eve, the Griffin, the Bantam, the Slasher. What was the other two? The Probe, and what was the last one?
Executioner.
Executioner wasn't that ugly. It was weird looking, but those 5 ships have gotten new models, similar to that what we've seen with what was that jamming ship that pissed everyone off? Blackbird. Similar to what happened with the Blackbird, how it got a new model, and the Executioner also got a new model. A bunch of new ships got new models. The new models for these ships are just as badass. If I ever get my stream working, there's a fighter jet for the Minmatar. The Caldari ships look more angular and blocky. The Amarian ships look retarded, and that's about it.
For a couple bonus points, there are 4 other ships getting new models, Kael.
Which are? Wait, is this official?
Yeah?
Announced by CCP?
Well, they're definitely new skins. I don't know if there's full changes on the whole model. Well, there's enough
Okay.
to be called a new model.
Skins don't count.
No,
When I say model,
not skins
I'm
in
talking
the nano
about
skin.
a model.
Yeah. Yeah, new model.
Okay, what ships are we talking about?
All 4 minor.
You're an asshole.
All right,
You're fired.
I'm actually logging into Sissy right now, so I can see what it is that you're
Gank
talking
your
about.
ass. Gank your ass.
No, the Procure, the Retriever, the Machna, the
There's 3 mining.
Skiff?
There's 3 mining ships.
the Venture.
The Venture looks normal.
They're changing them all. They're giving them all new textures and features.
They already did. It's done.
Nope.
The Venture's not
They-
changing.
Yes, they are.
No, yeah. Why would they change the Venture? It's only 3 years old.
They're keeping it in style uniformity with the new models for the new mining barges.
I'll look at it. I'll look at it right now. Logging into Sissy as we speak. Is to call you an asshole.
No,
That's what I
I'm
do.
logging into Sissy as you speak. Hold on, so I gotta go and ship
I'm
tree.
already in, Kael.
Ship
I am
tree?
already in, and I'm in my nag.
I'm in my Thanatos.
Because I have... What, you want to go? Nag versus Danny?
Hold on.
Or TL win?
Let me see if I'm fitted.
Alright, going to the orb tree. Alright, here we go. Hey, guess what? The Venture looks normal.
Slight
it just has a
changes.
new texture. It has a new texture. That is it. And way more flashy lights. That is it. There is nothing different about this ship.
I caveated my statement enough times.
You're a fucking tard. Although the new skins for the Venture, I might actually buy one because they are very, very much so badass.
I like the names for sure.
The Morphite Shine, the Digmaster Blazon, and the Pay Dirt Prospector. I like it.
All right, so where am I looking at under here? On the ship
What
tree.
are you looking for?
In the ship tree. What am I
Go
looking
to
for?
Ore. Outer Ring Excavations, and you can see all the new models for the Procure, Coveter, and that other one that has a name.
The Tech 2 models, I think, are slightly different too.
I'm not sure.
It
No,
Oh
there's
man, that looks
are they?
fucking sick, man. You got flames coming out of it and everything.
Yeah, they. So what they did with the mining barges, especially, is they kind of had the models based around the role. So when you look at the Procurer and the Skiff, you can see it looks like it's made to tank. It's got extra structure hard points. It looks like a tank. When you look at the what's this one, the Hulk, it's shorter because it doesn't have a huge cargo bay, but I'm getting shot at by something. Oh, I'm in the middle of Oh dear, I'm in the middle of the combat zone.
I thought you were on
Okay,
Sissy.
Nafalgar, let's go.
Yeah, I definitely like those, man. Flames spitting out of it and everything.
So back to what I was saying. I'm just gonna let my guys run on this guy. I don't really care if I lose. So the Hulk looks like it's more so built to mine a lot,
Yeah,
which is
pretty
what
tanky.
you should expect. Not tanky. It can mine a lot. Then when you go to something like the Mackinac and the Retriever, you can see it has a bigger cargo hold because it has a bigger cargo hold, and only 2 refinery processing things that make it look weird.
Yeah, it goes along with the lines of how many hard points it has,
Exactly.
right? Yeah. Okay.
Exactly. It's very very cool what CCP is giving us. I'm very very proud of CCP for doing this. The new I might start mining again.
Now to go along
make
with the new
mining
models,
matter.
they're also adding and changing some of the bonuses for the mining ships in a set of tweaks.
They are indeed. What they're doing, I don't know. Yes,
So I can read them off here if you're interested.
Hit it. The floor is yours.
So they're starting with some module changes. All non-ore strip miners are getting a 25% volume mined cycle increase. Ore strip miners are getting a 30% volume mine and minus 10 to CPU. All ice harvesters are getting minus 20% to cycle time and minus 20% to capacitor use. And the ore ice harvester is getting minus 16 to CPU. The Procurer is getting 1 high slot, 7 power grid, 55 CPU, and it's losing its strip miner yield and ice harvester cycle time bonus. The Retriever and the Mackinac are losing their strip miner yield and ice harvester cycle time bonuses. The Skiff is losing its bonus, getting a high slot power grid and CPU. Covetor's changing its skill bonus from 4% down to 2% reduction in strip miner and ice harvesting duration, and it's getting 25% reduction in strip miner and ice harvester duration and activation cost. It's losing a high slot, gaining a low slot, and losing some power grid and CPU. The Hulk is losing a high slot, gaining a low slot, losing some power grid and CPU, and getting the same bonus as the Covetor for instead of 4%, 2%, and a 25% reduction in strip miner and ice harvester duration and activation cost.
That sounds like a fucking giant ass nerf.
It's like a rebalancing. Like apparently the volumes and the amounts that they mine is not changing all that much. But like some are getting more high slots so you can do more things with your bait Procurer.
I guess, whatever.
And I think I'm not 100% sure, but I think all ships are going to 2 strip miners.
What?
Okay. Wait, no, the Procurer can't. No, I have to look at the model. That shouldn't be.
No, because if they're redoing the models that have, like, say with the Hulk, it had 3.
No, he's right. The Skiff will have 2. I can see the hard points right now. Oh man, that's crazy. So yeah, the Skiff gets, so you can be mining and have a Sino. Fantastic.
That's silly.
That's not silly. I like it. Might add some different changes to we might add some stuff we can do with miners now. So I say +1 for the changes because mainly I don't mind very much. So.
Well, there goes one item off our checklist there for the show topics: mining changes.
Should we bring up the Rorqual as well?
Oh, the
Might as
Rorqual.
well. The Rorqual's gonna
Oh, the
be
Rorqual indeed.
quite handy.
So, the Rorqual, that ship that everyone in their alliance has, but no one really knows what it does because you only ever see it in the press. The Rorqual is getting its own doomsday. Except it's not a doomsday in the sense of it's going to obliterate the enemy fleet who's tackling it. What its doomsday does is it makes it and every ship around it in its fleet vulnerable for an amount of time. So extremely tanky ships, either they're not able to be locked or they some game mechanic to allow them to be invincible. So
It's
the
gonna be like
Rorqual is
it's gonna be
going
like tethering. So just like you
It's
tether
gonna-
to a citadel, it'll be
yeah.
the same thing.
something like that. So you're going to be able to tether to this Rorqual while it has it. That Rorqual is going to be a light assign. You're going to get reinforcements coming in. There's going to be battles off of these Rorquals. These Rorquals are going to be really, really cool. It's going to be an awesome change. On top of that, to make them even more, make you want to bring them on grid even more, they're also adding new mining drones specifically for the Rorqual called the excavator drones. I haven't seen the lore behind them yet, but they look like rogue drones, so kind of weird. Tinfoil hattery a little bit.
Yeah, well, the rogue drones out in drone regions, they should be good at mining because they used to have drone alloys. So
Yeah, let me take a look at the excavator and see if I can find any lore on them.
apparently, they look like the drones from the Matrix.
They do.
Yeah, those big mega mining drones look pretty dope. I'll pull that up as well.
I think the combination of making them a great support ship and a great miner is going to really push people to take them out into belts and get them mining.
Alright, so the excavator drone looks just like Kael described it. The thing
It's got
from
little squiddy tentacles on it.
that's how it moves. Alright,
Ooh,
so yeah,
space tentacles.
no no info on lore behind it or anything.
It came from the shadowy depths of Novsec. I don't know.
Probably something like that. Just the look makes me rogue drones. So
You'd think it might have higher requirements because it shows requirements as mining level 2, drones level 1, mining drone level 1. I mean that's
yeah, but most ships can't take it. So
yeah, but
Yeah, it's going to operate on the same kind of fighter mechanics that the current fighter mechanics do, right?
yeah.
yeah, let me
There's
see.
There's even rumors that they'll be able to have regular fighters as well, perhaps light fighters.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, that'd be pretty great.
Oh, I just lost a dread.
Aren't you on the test server anyways?
Yeah.
Yeah, shit happens.
Go buy 5 more.
Follow the 8 rules. The 8 golden rules.
Just on Sissy, they don't count.
Yeah, so really quick though, I don't want to go too long because I do got to get up early in the morning. I want to go over the few last show topics. There's going to be a new customer support system. Basically, we all know the customer support system of
Sucks.
Eve sucks. It just blows. I went 31 days one time with an.
Although I will say, I did have an instance where I was having I had a sub go, I meant to cancel it, but I didn't, and it went. And one of the GMs got back to me within an hour, and my accounts were canceled. The money was refunded.
Nice.
So,
yeah,
shout out to that one GM who helped me out. Thank you ever so much.
Yeah, I went 31 days one time with an unanswered help ticket, and they finally got back to it, and they apologized and gave me 31 days of free game time, which is good, but you know, still took a month until they finally answered. It's just a simple thing. But they're getting changes to it. I guess there's going to be a new, back-end system, how they're doing it. So hopefully it gets better. I was going to talk about the scope contracts, but I don't really want to talk about those. They had the whole Shadow of Serpentis thing. It went well. People liked it. People won
scope
things.
thing,
Yeah,
people didn't like.
I think some people, it was it was hit or miss. Some people liked
I'd
it.
say it was 75-30. 75% of the people not liking it simply for how they did it.
Yeah, it was kind of a grind, and people showed that it was a grind by posting
Videos.
hundreds and hundreds of hours of video. But
I think they're
I
moving in
just
the right
hope-
direction.
yes,
Is that
they're
positive
going
sign?
in the right direction, yes. What CCP needs to do is they need to have a mix between both Shadow of the Serpentis and Crimson Harvest, and with this Shadow of the Serpentis thing. So big rewards inside the things for actually completing them, as well as a point system. So maybe you can get that super cool thing.
Yeah, the unique
So-
reward set at the end of a long accomplishment still motivated you to get maybe like a new skin, or the BPCs were a good incentive for you to really work hard.
Yeah. So overall, I think it wasn't a super positive change. A lot of people, from what I understand, didn't like it, but the people that did understand it have made their notes, and the CSM I know is involved in this, and they're going to be talking to CCP about getting it on the right track. So.
yeah. So hopefully it gets better. I think it will.
Oh, I guarantee it will. A lot of people like to say and complain that CCP's development is going horribly. CCP's doing wonders right now. So.
Yeah, there was definitely a quiet month there where really the rhetoric seemed to ramp up, but that was the summer holidays, and I think they've come back and started to reveal the things that they've been sitting on.
And
I
that's
think it
another
looks
big
good.
thing. Summer's always a really low time in Eve. People are out having lives. We're about to get into fall and winter. This is when shit's gonna ramp up. Wars are gonna start getting declared. People are gonna start moving. DLC expansions are gonna start coming out. We're gonna see a lot of stuff happen in the next few months. So be ready for that.
Yeah, for sure. With especially with Eve Vegas, I think, and the November planned releases for fleet boosts and a lot of the other changes that are coming, and the big expansion there. Hopefully, we'll get a full reveal of the structure, the new structures, the industrial
Yep.
arrays, and it'll all get packaged up nicely, tight little bow, and given to us in November.
And we also have the Alliance tournament coming up, so that's another thing we can look forward to. I know I might
CO2's
take
in, right?
Huh? CO2's in. We are in. I haven't heard anything about us training at all. I haven't gotten any mails, but I'm hoping to. So, I didn't say that, by the way.
You can get the playbook off Dirk. I'm sure he'll lend it back.
No, Dirk's not in CO2 anymore.
No,
Why would he
But-
do?
Anchor. I mean,
Oh,
What happened?
I don't know.
that was CO2's strat last year, was to just
Oh.
anchor up.
Oh, yeah,
and,
Yeah,
Yeah.
anchor on me.
Anchor on me, come on. But with the huge nerfs that are coming, all that stuff. Kael, what's next?
Well, you know what? I was gonna talk about PI, but since you're on here, we're both on the test server. While I talk
You guys
about
get your change.
the upcoming Eve meetups, do you want to meet somewhere and brawl with Thanatos and whatever you got?
Sure. Let me go grab a cap and something. I'm in 6 Tech C, so
Is that one of those systems I can just get to by the
yeah,
movie?
you can just do the /move command. So yeah, you can go talk about the meetups because I know there's a big one happening this weekend.
There is, for those of you who are in the know, the individuals who continuously mock the world of EVE Online, that is the Clueless Space Nerds. They are hosting the Midwest Meetup, 3rd annual this weekend, and that will be... Let me find it. I know it's going to be at some sort of bar, obviously. It is at the Mickey Finn's, and then the Buzzard Billy's. I'm sure they're going to be drinking everywhere, but it's going to be a good time. So if you're in the area of Des Moines, Iowa, or somewhere in that vicinity, you should probably check that out, because those guys are a hoot.
They are some fantastic people.
They are. I didn't even remember, it was last weekend when they did their last episode, and I kept seeing the pings pop up on Discord. And they're like, "Hey, you want to come on the show?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." I was already like half drunk by then, and so I was there.
Well, they drank you under the table.
Yeah, I know they were going ham.
Clue Space Nerds guys.
Oh yeah.
Fucking crazy motherfuckers. Love them though. Great
Yeah,
people.
good guys. Let's see. Other than that, then also next weekend there's going to be a few across the world. You have Eve Dublin, Eve Stanstich in Stuttgart, Germany. So if you're stationed up in that area, it's not a bad deal. I was going to make it last year when I was there, but I never got around to it. And Eve Glasgow and Eve Toronto for y'all Canadians, will be on the 3rd of September. And then Eve North Carolina, I think that's a new one, and that's going to be the 17th of September.
Yeah, we just had our monthly Vancouver meetup last week. It was great. We had a good 14 people there, as usual. We even have CCP Snowed In, who's a local around here. He drops by.
Oh, nice.
A little bit cringy to listen to the people ask direct, specific future questions to a dev that's on mostly Crest, but
Yeah, so I hosted a Eve meetup one time, and that went well, but I haven't gotten around to doing that again. I'd like to. It was a good time. We had like 6 people show up all together, and it's nice to get out with fellow nerds and just do not even really Eve stuff. It was a little Eve initially, but just hanging out,
I think we say it every week, but if you can, attend an Eve meet. It's just good people. We share the similar interests to gaming, games, Eve, and you'll definitely have a good time.
Yep. All right, where you at there,
Fitting.
Tits McGee?
Fitting.
So I was gonna talk about PI stuff, but we'll save that for next week.
You'll have to inform me because I am terrible at PI.
Yeah, I just thought it was fitting since I lost 200 million worth of PI this morning.
That's because you're a twat.
Yeah, it probably is because I'm a twat. There's a lot of people in here. Is this what it's usually like?
Yeah, this is the main system.
A lot of stuff. A lot of citadels. Anybody else watch that video of the New York City kind of overlaid on top of the Fortizar?
I did not. Are they similar sized?
Not at all.
Manhattan's small.
Yeah, so pretty much they sit, Manhattan. Is it Manhattan or is it New York City? Well, I mean, it's New York City, and it's like sitting on like a tiny corner of the Fortizar.
Whew.
It's dwarfed. So that's quite impressive. I mean, they showed some of the like pictures when it first came out of what a citadel looked like floating over, the eastern seaboard, and it was, pretty much blacking out everything underneath it.
I mean, I'm looking at our Fortizar, and it does look quite large. Even these Titans bridging on it, the bridge animation doesn't even reach half of the Fortizar.
There's a few more minutes to go.
Yeah, so I posted that link inside the Twitch chat. It's a pretty awesome video. It shows, like I said, just New York City, just sitting on just like one small area of the Fortizar. It's pretty impressive. day, any day, any day you wanna show up. Any day, any day.
You blue balling us here, Scott.
Fuck off, guys. Give me a second.
I wish I could drink. I probably shouldn't drink tonight. Gotta do a height and weight tomorrow for the army. I mean, I'm kind of a fat boy here.
I was sad. Canada's right now accepting applications to be part of the astronaut program, and I'm about 2 kilograms overweight.
Better get on that treadmill so you don't weigh too much on the weightlessness of space.
That's the cost to get you out, get my fat ass up there that they wouldn't want.
Yep.
I gotta have that
You don't want a fat boy.
extra few kilograms of fuel they don't want to burn.
20 grand?
Don't worry, I have an idea to get people up into space for dirt cheap, so I got you, fam.
Nice.
It's a large magnetic catapult.
Seems safe.
Totally is. You should give me money. Alright, I am ready to go in 10 seconds.
Warp to the sun.
I will. Just gotta get some ammo real quick.
Warp drive active.
I will say I'm not too
Are we
good
brawling?
I mean, I'm not too good at flying carriers, so we'll see what happens.
Are we brawling?
What is like we're gonna get
Close
in there
range.
as close as I want to get to you is how close I'm gonna get.
What'd you warp in at?
I warped to the sun at 100.
I got a feeling we're gonna be a mile away from each other. Where'd you warp from? Just that random point in space?
Yep.
This is gonna be bad. Alright, I'm on my way out.
You should be alright. You can walk pretty far out in the carriers now.
Kael, invite me again. I'm sorry, I didn't see that. Oh, I got a new grenade yesterday at my raffle. It's pretty cool. Scared the shit out of my sisters this morning.
Oh, look at
That's
the
a
big
grenade
orange
there,
ball. It's so bright. Oh, why am I flying through the sun? No, don't go to that side. Go to the other side.
Can I warp to you then? Kael?
If, yeah, I'm still going. God, that thing is bright as shit. It's burning my retinas right now.
That is a pretty big sun.
I'm gonna try to fly into the sun in No Man's Sky and see what happens.
Looks like somebody's already here. No, that's just drones. Random drones. Looks like somebody's already warped to the sun and had a battle. There was a firefight.
It's gonna be a firefight now.
Do you have a point, Kael?
Do you have a point?
No.
No. What's your point?
You're fucking horrible.
I told you I'm not good at this game.
Getting in warp right now.
So, while you guys are fighting in capitals, have you heard of the guy who's using a solo Nyx to gank jump freighters?
Wow, really?
I've heard of the legend.
This guy is so prolific that he was getting like 4 jump freighters a day, got ganked by PL, rebought a new Nyx, and has continued on like nothing happened.
That's baller.
I will find his name here.
Hi, Kael. How'd you get all the way down there? Kael, seriously, what the fuck?
I don't know.
What the fuck, Kael? What the actual fuck?
Alright, I'm warping to you.
Okay.
Warp drive active.
So what alliance is Polka?
Phoenix Company Alliance. You'll
Oh, okay.
Yeah, drone
Gotcha.
walkers.
Gotcha.
It's quite popular these days. Yeah, you would know that. I mean, because you guys fly with us from time to time, don't you?
You're talking to me.
Okay, well, not you in particular, but your people, because you're still with Lucian, right?
Yeah, I'm still Lucian.
Yeah, I see Keith Dro all the time in there.
At 50, really? Motherfucker.
Alright, how do I do this thing? Launch. Launching fighters. Oh, shit.
I can't even lock you right now.
Ah. I don't know how to do this, but I'm gonna do it anyways. Eh. Do you have drones or are you in a dreadnought?
Man, Dread, dude.
Ah, dreading it up, huh? Yeah, I'm totally shite at this game.
I know the torps do lots of damage.
He doesn't have torps. He's using light fighters.
Oh, geez.
Hey, I've got what I've got.
Overheat everything.
Oh, you can do that with these guys?
Nope.
No, you definitely can't overheat those. You'd think you could.
What?
Overheat, fighters?
That'd be weird.
Why would that be weird?
Just with me.
Oh, I should have turned on my tracking links. Hello. That'll learn you. Man, this could make for some very boring gameplay. I think we're streaming it.
Yeah, your streamers are gonna get bored.
Nobody watches this except for Magnus Van. Thank you very much for watching, Magnus Van and Sebastian Thalman. Gracias.
I hope it's not Seb from my alliance. He'd kill me.
Sebastian Thalman?
No, that's not him.
Yeah, thanks for coming, my guy. We got a couple in the back catalog if you like this one.
Alright, but I am gonna stop the podcast audio recording while we're doing this, and we'll just keep streaming because we're bored. So any last words?
Fuck off.
Don't fly your jump freighter in Project Mayhem space.
And don't fly your orca through 30-something jumps of nullsec.
Nope, I could told you that one before you lost it.
What a twat. Oh, also, by the way, if you didn't know, right after downtime, if you're trying to go through gates and you're trying to go gate to gate, they might not be on, so pay attention.
You gotta check the plug, make sure it's not kicked out of the wall.
Make sure it's plugged in. Alright, good night. Thank you for listening.
Yeah, thanks for listening, everybody.
Alright, so I stopped recording, but we'll still continue to plug away. Oh, shields. Fuck you, shield warning. You know what? I'm gonna get in close on you and do a concussion bomb. I probably should have put on a afterburner or something on this thing. Is that really a thing?
Yeah, I was thinking of getting a micro drive.
Is that a thing people do?
There's a
Some
good
people do.
suggestion.
I know, like,
in,
Big Micro does
chat
stuff.
there.
No, I'm definitely gonna die. Yep, I'm dying. I'm dying. Here I go again on my own.
The front of your ships look like charcoal.
What?
The front of your ship looks like charcoal.
The whole side of it looks like charcoal.
I forget that damage is client side.
Wah, wah, going into structure. Wah. Pew pew. How does the back look like charcoal? It's not even getting.
I don't know, maybe like my gunners are drunk or something.
Hey mate, I'm in the gunner's seat right now. Make sure for his engines, alright?
It's a Naglifier. It's just the duct tape doesn't hold the targeting reticule on very good.
Oh, I've got a bunch of Scottish guys in the back.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I should stop overheating.
Nah.
I'm gonna burn out my guns. Oh, thank Christ.
I just want to do my concussion bomb one time. No. Look at the wreck. Oh, the wreckage. It's so amazing.
Hi, Kael.
GF. Everyone
GF and local. GF and local.
Fucking ridiculous.
You're fucking nerds. Kael, you looking at your wreck still?
Am I what?
Drive active.
You're looking at your wreck?
Yeah.
No, wreck to Kael!
Oh, are you trying to lock me up?
I was blown up. I just blew up your wreck.
Very nice. Alright, cool.
Yeah, I'm logging off. Oh my god, I
someone
slept
asked
all
me-
of yesterday. No, I slept all of Saturday. I was playing Airsoft Sunday. I have 63 mails. Fuck.
Don't worry, Eve Skunk went down, so
Does anyone still read these skunk?
Docking permission.
sure somebody does.
Sure.
Docking request accepted.
Alrighty, let's see. Alright, nothing interesting there.
Some Mr. Magnus Van was kind enough to let me know that my streaming monies banner on my stream was blocking the targeting information. So good to know. Thank you. I took that off. I didn't even think about that. So, anywho, thanks for the fight. Thanks for watching. And you'll have a
Au
good night.
revoir.